Good morning everyone. Welcome to Market Voice. As part of this series, the art of war versus trading. It's not like the art of war versus trading, it is the art of war and trading. We have been seeing many interesting topics like risk management, like what should be the frequency of the trades. We saw about attitude, how the right attitude is very important for being a good trader, and how you can cultivate an attitude by defining your purpose of life as well as purpose of trading. So any attitude can be developed with a strong purpose behind it. Once you give a really valid purpose, then attitude will automatically get developed for that work. Today we are seeing one another psychological aspect which is very important, not just for a trader, for a person in general. Wherever you go, you have to show one very important quality in yourself, or one very important trait or characteristics is not theirs. One of the very important quality that you need to develop as a trader is stop blaming. Maybe it is true, yes, very limited things are in your control, markets are not in your control, situations are not in your control, outcome is not in your control. Yes, these are all very true, but at the same time, do not blame anyone, do not blame the market, do not blame your current situation. The very fact of blame is throwing the ownership or responsibility from ourselves to others. When there is no responsibility, how will you expect to win? Very important trait that you need to develop, whether you are trading or in your corporate office or in your business. Remember this one thing, own it. Own your decisions. It's very important that we own our decisions. At the time of making a decision, maybe we listen to somebody, maybe we listen to a broker, maybe we listen to a tips provider, maybe we listen to some expert on television or on social media, but there was no compulsion for you to make a decision. All of these information providers, tips providers, or anybody who is talking of the market, they are seeing things from their perspective, and you thought whatever they are saying is somewhat feels right. So that is why you took the decision and you entered into a trade. When at the time of making a decision, yes, you will need some handholding, you will need some information, you will need some external support, for which you would have taken the profit. We cannot say it is based on our analysis or our experience or our hard work. And when things go wrong, definitely do not blame the market or somebody else who gave you the advice. And many a times do not blame yourself also. See, while entering into the field, every field has some amount of uncertainty. That uncertainty itself is called as risk. So we are not playing for a fixed return, we are playing the game to manage our risk so that we can get some positive outcome out of it. We all know for sure one thing, that when you manage your risk, definitely there is a higher probability of you winning the game rather than losing it. So focus on what went wrong without any bias, without any negative emotions. That will allow you to view the conditions and rephrase yourself according to the situation. The main thing is in the stock markets, not only you can blame anybody else. This is not a team sport. If you see, there are many sports where the team as a whole is responsible for an activity. Or in the corporate world, there is a team which keeps working, and there will be different layers in the team. There will be starting from the individual contributor to a team leader, to a manager, to a project manager, to a group manager, to a director, to a VP, to a CEO. There are various layers. As a group they win or as a group they fail. Even there you cannot put the blame on your non-performance onto some situations, onto your manager or onto your team leader. This trading is a completely individualistic game. This is like an athlete. You run, you win. All athletic sports are very individualistic sports. There your own performance will give you reward or the negative consequences. Trading is no different. Yes, there will be lot of support systems. Yes, there will be mentors. There will be market information providers. There will be experts discussing the market events. There will be macroeconomic events that will be scheduled. No matter what, ultimately it is you who has, knowing very well all of these limitations, who has entered into this and who has decided to be in the field to make some positive outcome. When that being the case, do not blame anyone, including yourself. Don't blame yourself. You already knew what are all the possibilities, and in spite of all of these possibilities, you saw some kind of positive probabilities in this game. Because you saw some kind of positive probabilities, you estimated there could be, in the long run, there could be some kind of positive alpha that you can generate. That is why you are in the game. So having said that, later on you cannot blame anyone else, and it is very important you own your decisions. Plus or minus is all part of the game. Own your decisions. When you start owning your decisions, you will see a different kind of spirit inside you, you will see a different kind of energy inside you, and you will see a different kind of confidence, and your subconscious mind is that much more working with you at that time. Otherwise, most of the time our subconscious mind is not with us. How do you align yourself, your conscious mind and also the subconscious mind is, you become responsible for your life, for your work, for your activities. There is nobody else responsible. When you start off your life on that premises, then you will have a kind of attitude developed which can be seen only in that 5% club. Here the whole objective for us in life is how do we be in that top 5% club. Top 5% club doesn't do anything differently, but they have very good attitude and they know when things go wrong how to handle themselves and how to handle others. They do not go through the emotional outbursts. They do not become bitter about the outcomes. They take it in their stride, knowing very well tomorrow is another day and there is once again a new possibility of winning in the game. So with that aspect, let us see what does The Art of War as written by SunTzu talks on this aspect. In his book The Art of War, in the second chapter, he says one thing: the leader of armies is the arbiter of people's fate, the man on whom it depends whether the nation shall be in peace or in peril. So it is whole and whole It is only you who can bring in peace to yourself or who can put yourself into danger. Nobody else can do anything with that. If you put yourself into danger, it is you who has put yourself into danger, or if you have done well, it is you who has done well. Here he is talking of the leader. The leader of the armies is the arbiter of the people's fate. Very true to us also. We are responsible for our families. So we cannot put our family into grave danger in the pursuit of our ego or in the pursuit of our hobbies or activities. We should always remember back of our mind, there is a family to take care. There are responsibilities that we need to fulfill on a daily basis. So we need to act accordingly. The leader always has the responsibility of his followers. No leader can say like, they will follow me, but I don't have to be responsible for them. A real leader here is the one who takes care of his followers. The real manager is the one who takes care of his team members. The real businessman is the one who takes care of his customers. So when you start seeing in that aspect, when you start becoming responsible for customer satisfaction, when you start becoming responsible for your team's progress, or when you start becoming responsible for your family's requirements, then you are a true leader, or you would have emerged as a true leader. And to do that, what is more important? How do you become a true leader in your organization or in your field? Is by owning the responsibility for others. You are responsible for others, and you are responsible for your own decisions. You are responsible for all the outcomes that are happening in your life. Very, very important you keep these things in mind to become a successful trader. Well, today's topic was on owning responsibility, owning decisions, how to become a true leader, how you can develop a right psychology for being in the game and winning the game. Let us see with more information in the coming days. Until then, Om Swasti.